There we go. Hey guys, welcome back.
Hi.
We ended up taking a week off just because last
Yeah,
week with the competition was very late and it went till Tuesday and I was exhausted and we just didn't get a chance for Halloween.
I
So
was away, so it was fine. It worked out. It
Alicia
worked out fine.
celebrated her 30th.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Yes, I was gone. I was
She's old
enjoying
now.
myself in Walt
I'm
Disney
kidding.
World and oh yes, enjoying my time in Walt Disney World because I'm old and
But it's so much fun, Disney.
I know. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So, anyway, so we are back
Woo!
and what a wild double elimination week we had.
I know it's so sad. I don't like double eliminations.
I don't either, but I am excited that we are now in the
I
semifinals.
am too.
So that's pretty exciting because this has been a wild bunch. There has been so many improvements and so many fantastic dancers and dancing that's been happening
I
that I'm
really
really
like
eager to get to the finale. I want to see who's going to win.
I really like the cast this time around. Like it's either like one of two things. They're really good dancers or they want to be there. I don't
Hmm.
feel like in the past sometimes we've gotten a contestant that's like I'm here because I have to be and like
I'm in this because I make money every week. I'm here.
or promoting something. Like every single person in this competition I feel like right now is like I want to be here and I'm trying. Like Vinny, like he has the perfect attitude. Like he's trying so hard every week. I'm just, yeah, like I couldn't be happier with like how everyone is treating it and just so serious.
Yes, I totally agree. So yeah, so that's why like I think to get to finale here almost is so exciting. Like I don't think I've ever been so confused about who is gonna possibly take this because my gosh, there's so many that really, really could take this
it,
win.
it could
So
really be any of them. There are two that I see in the forefront just because they're so good if you're looking strictly at dancing.
yes,
Um,
yes.
but again, if you're not looking strictly at dancing, then that could eliminate that because like people have voted for improvement, people have voted for Baxter. You know what I mean? People vote for the pros versus the star. So it just depends. Hello, Paso. Paso
It's
wants to join
truly
us.
so many of these celebrities. It is an open game. And that's why I think I'm so eager to get to this finale because it's going to be
Yes.
crazy. So, can we just take a second to talk about the opening number this week and how fun that was?
Oh my gosh, the pink and orange, like
Oh
so
my gosh,
90s.
it
So
was
guys,
so great. So, yes,
Alicia
if
and I are
anybody didn't
90
watch
babies.
90s Night, oh gosh, what fun we had reliving, yeah, when we were little itty bitties.
I love
And
like the backgrounds, like some of the backgrounds. I was like, oh my gosh, Saved by the Bell, or like just little fun things. And I loved like all the songs. And I was like, oh, this is my childhood right now.
right? Oh my gosh, I had such a jam. Like I'm going to this to see the Spice Girls tribute on
Oh
Friday
my
next
gosh.
week in Buffalo. And like, oh my gosh, just so much fun. It was just such a great night.
I want them to bring some of these like on tour because I'll be like in my seat going, woohoo!
I
Because they
know,
did
I know.
a few years ago, they did a like little Spice Girls thing on tour and like it was so much fun.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Like I said, we are 90s babies, so we really connected with this week and it was just so much fun. All right, so let's start us off with Trevor and Emma, who did Barbie Girl, a salsa to Barbie Girl. What did you think of this?
plastic, then into salsa, and then back to plastic. But like the plastic part at the very beginning, incredible choreography.
It
Emma, that
was
was
so perfect.
genius.
It was
Loved
so
it.
great. The energy throughout the whole thing. Like, I know at first when she was like, we're gonna do Barbie Girl, Trevor was like, okay. But I really have to say, he
He
really
played it
embodied, he
so
did
well.
He did. He embodied this so much fun. I mean, yeah, there were some leg things going on that were a little too bent or, but I mean, overall, it
He had
was
great
so much
hips
fun.
though.
Yes.
And his
Like,
confidence
yeah,
has
just,
grown so much.
it's crazy. Like, you would never think from week one to now that we would see him being a Ken doll and like
I
just
didn't
being
like
so
he was
good.
honestly one of the ones that like I don't know, like week 3 or 4, I was like, oh, he's gonna go home next. I thought he
And
was
he
honestly gonna go
didn't.
home before Joseph and Danny. And like 'cause I thought it
Yeah.
was gonna be him. And I was really surprised. So like he's like one that I did not pick for the top. Like, so I'm really, really surprised.
I know he has come such a long way. So Trevor, keep up that good work and keep
Whoop,
trudging
whoop.
forward because man, you're holding your own out there. That's great. All right. Anything else about Trevor and Emma?
Nope.
All right, moving on to Shangela and Gleb, who gave us a Spice Girls samba.
I didn't feel like there was a ton of samba content.
No, I think there could have been a little bit more, and I could use a little more toe pointing, but I mean, but it was fun.
It was funny.
It still gave me that like almost drag queen vibe and gave, Shangela a real point to pep
Gleb,
on.
he just, I don't know, like his chemistry right now with Shangela is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you cannot fault Shangela on her presence at all. Her presence is beautiful. But like I will say, did they have some little awkward footing, Shangela? Yeah, she did. But like I don't even care. I love
I
her.
mean, but so many of our, pros, I mean, a couple of them got Samba this week, and Samba is so difficult. And, so I mean, you got to give her that as well. She was really coming into a very difficult dance style. And as, were a few of our other people who got Samba, and I think she handled it well. I do wish there was a little more Samba. I mean, overall, I was
Yeah.
pretty pleased with it.
Um, yeah, I have to agree. I just sh- she's not super sharp. And one thing that I saw, like, and we'll talk about it probably in our like little competition duos, she did a little hip hop thing.
Mhm.
And I was like, I really want to see Shangela just like break it down and go into like a full hip hop section because I think she will
Yes.
shine. So like I'm hoping like in her freestyle, like she does that, and I'm expecting a death drop in there.
Do we see freestyle remind me, in the finale,
It's
right?
the finale. It's their last
Okay, so
number.
we gotta go into the
Yeah.
finale. Some freestyling going on. Um, Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, so moving on to Wayne and Whitney, who gave us a fun salsa. How'd you feel with this?
I He understands extension to the max. I get why he was dressed as what he was, but I didn't feel like Whitney's and Wayne's like costume like mixed. And it felt awkward because like he was kind of like a geeky like 90 kid, like, and then she like felt so adult. Like it just I didn't
Yeah, they were a little off. It was a little, yeah, the outfits were a little off.
I didn't get
Same.
it. So
Okay.
like for me it made me struggle with like the story of what they were trying to tell. But
Yeah,
like
yeah,
his dancings are beautiful, beautiful lines. Like the dude knows
yeah.
how to perform. Like he said, he's a Broadway performer. He is, and he just gets it. And he works hard. He works his butt off. So
Yeah, he
like
does.
I enjoyed it, but like I didn't feel like this was the best
No, I felt like
dance,
it was a
but
little, it was a little rigid at times, where I really wanted him to feel that groove of the salsa, and I don't. think I got nearly as much of that groove as I was kind of hoping.
Hmm.
But it could have been more of a stylistic thing, right? Kind of having the rap type song might have made him feel like he needed to be a little more rigid and a little more rap like. So I just don't know if salsa paired with the song well, and maybe
Yeah.
that's why it kind of gave me that vibe. But I mean, it was still great. Like you said, he really holds his own and works his tail off. So yeah, we'll see.
Daniel, yeah. Daniel and Brett.
Daniel and Britt, but they're jazz. Okay, so anybody, if there's, in my opinion, if there's one number you're gonna watch
It's this one.
from this week, it is this number. Every person in the world needs to watch this number
Like,
so
I
that you
would
can put
never
yourself
cry at
into
like a
someone's
hip
shoes.
hop number, but I cried at this hip hop number.
So yeah, so okay, so for anybody that doesn't know, so Daniel is deaf and Britt has done a fantastic job working with vibration and altering
Lights.
her choreography and lights and all these things to assist him. And this week she stepped into his world by having the sound completely turned off and keeping the dancing going. And it was
But then not only that, but
unreal.
then when the music faded back in, they were completely on beat and in sync.
Yes, it was so cool. So, yes, if you need to watch one number from this week, please, please, please let it be this one. It was incredible.
But even without that, I felt like his lines were beautiful. It was fluent. He led. He like the strength that he showed with some of those lifts and what he did with Brett. It was beautiful.
Night and day from the beginning till now. I mean, oh, it's crazy. It's absolutely wild how much he has improved.
It was interesting though because, and we'll probably get more into this. His jazz was so good,
Mhm.
but then did he have cha cha? Yeah, they had the cha cha. It wasn't. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there. All right. So do we want to go ahead and talk about this next couple, or do we want to skip over considering that they were one of our two that went home, which I was kind
Say
of
let's
sad
talk.
about.
Go in order, and then
All right. So Heidi and Artem were next with a contemporary. I felt like there was a lot of standing around.
I thought the
Her feet
dance
were
was
beautiful.
it was pretty and like it was nice. It was a good contemporary. I felt like the emotions were forced almost. So I felt like I didn't connect to it. And I feel like Heidi has trouble connecting
Hmm.
to other people sometimes. So that is a struggle. Um,
And obviously that's been something that Carrie Ann has been saying really all along is that, we really needed to try to feel and try to be in her world. And, it's very difficult when she's in the line of work that she is to try to be
it,
open when you do try to put yourself off to everything happening and everything people say about you. So
it was a weird dance though for a contemporary too.
it was strange. It was strange in a lot of ways. So
Okay, I'm
I
glad
could
it
see
wasn't
why
just
it
me that
didn't
felt
work.
that.
Yeah, I can see why it just didn't work. I'm sad to see them go home, but I get it.
I do too. 100%.
So, I mean, she had a great run. So
Yep.
I'm definitely proud of how much she's grown and the great work that Artem put forth. Um, yeah, so we'll see.
Um,
Moving on.
Gabby and Vale.
Gabby and Val, who also had a samba.
I,
I felt like Gabby really this week was just having so much fun with this.
I literally said the samba fit her
So much
so
fun.
much. And she like had the biggest smile. It's a little bit more of it's not like a bounce, but there's a bounce to a samba. So
Hmm.
it's just that upbeat, fun. It helped probably that Vale took his shirt off and made it more fun. And
That's
people
fair.
love that. So, like, so I loved it when Derek took his shirt off later.
Right. Yeah, I feel like it was one of those weeks where she could really just have fun and not really be thinking as much, which is kind of weird because the samba is very technically difficult. But
Well, I
yeah,
think
it
it
was just
helps
so
that she
great.
had training, and
Yes.
I think she's broken that like attack that we've talked about a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
she struggles with the sexy component, and with
Mhm.
this, they didn't have to be sexy, so it was just fun and upbeat. So that's like the perfect thing that fits Gabby.
Yes, yes. So it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now moving on to our other couple who went home, who I really wasn't sure when we were gonna see them go home.
I
But
was
they
like, every week I just can't count Vinny out. Like I said, he has the best attitude. He always tried.
He gave it his all. So Vinny and Coco had a tango. I loved all the passes. I loved how every single pass was different. And he really kept that back up and the shoulders back. And it was just one of his, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was one of his greatest dances. A most challenging dance that Coco had given him. I really was almost
I
rooting for him to get to those semis.
I like that Coco put some like comedy in it, like when he was like doing like the whole hand things.
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
like it was just cute, made you smile. And I think that's one of the things is Vinny always just made you smile. Like he was the
yes.
underdog that everyone wanted to root for because he wasn't perfect, but he was trying and giving 100%. And
Hmm.
like I wish more students like would watch that because I'm like, I don't care if you're the best dancer, singer, whatever, best student in the class, as long as you give 100%, you know what I mean? Like people are gonna love it and try and your root you on. And that's I think what basically happened here with Vinny. Everyone got behind him because of how hard and the effort that he put into it.
For sure. He truly was an underdog right from the get-go. And it was hilarious this week to watch how excited he was that he made it past the same point that Snooki made. Because Snooki
I
held
know
her
he was
own
like,
when
I
she
made
was
it
on the
further
show.
than Snooki.
She really held her own. And like the situation, kind of. But really it was so funny to see how he was kind of ridiculing them and giving them a run for their money this week.
Mm-hmm.
But I really thought it was his best. So, there was definitely a part of me that was rooting he was going to get into the semis. But when he was in
I was
that
like, are
bottom
you
two, I
gonna
was
be the
like, they're
next
not going to
Bobby
save him.
Bones? It's the only thing like Bobby Bones. It's like that
I
season.
know.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh no, he's in the bottom. That's it. They're done. He's not going.
mm-hmm.
But anyway, gave it a good shot. And so then last but not least, before we got into our challenge rounds, was Charlie and Mark with a tango. How did you feel about
It was
this?
beautiful.
It
Beautiful.
was really awesome.
The only thing, and like, this isn't even on choreography because, like, I feel like we can't really judge the choreography at this point because she's so good.
So good.
And,
Yeah.
like, it's phenomenal. And the only, like, true competitor to me, I can see where people say Gabby is a competitor to her. I can see it. But to me, I think for that performance and finesse, it's more Wayne against Charlie. Those
Yes.
are my top two.
Yes.
Um, but the only critique I really could see off the top of my head right now is like the very beginning, they had a green light. And because it was tango, and I get that they picked green because their costumes were green. I don't know. I wanted red, like just because of that passion. But I
Okay,
know
but
that that would
green
make the
is,
green turn
yeah,
brown, and I get
but
that. So then I question.
I know, but here's the thing with green. I want you to take a second and think about every Disney villain theme. What color do they use?
Green.
So as much as I agree, red gives you a little more of that tango feel, green gives you a little more of that evil feel. Every single Disney villain, it's green. So I think that's why kind of green stuck out and why I love green for something like a tango, something dramatic, something
I get it.
evil feeling.
See, but I'm looking at it as like the classic, like, okay, this is where the tango originated. It's dance, love, passion,
I
which is
know.
red. And like that whole dance was so beautiful and it was choreographed perfectly. And her frame is just freaking phenomenal. And like I don't know. I wanted
That's
red.
what I think of
That's
when I
just
think
me
of
being
green.
so picky, like in
Okay, but
my
can we take a
preference.
second and talk about the fact that she, like the costume designers, put her in a pantsuit and
Yeah,
how
but I
fabulous
loved
that
it.
pantsuit looked. Oh my
It was
gosh.
phenomenal. And
It looked awesome.
I don't think every single person could pull that off. But
No,
because she's so young and it just fit her body beautiful.
what a look. What a
And
look for a tango.
it was
Wow.
stunning. You saw her lines, and it's specifically because of how many like high kicks and splits that Mark put into that number. You needed to see both
Yep.
her legs because if you had a skirt, you would miss a lot of that detail work.
No, but have you ever, like thinking about it, have you
I've never
ever
seen a
seen a
pantsuit.
tango? Yeah, with a pantsuit. It was, I was like,
Never.
oh, this is awesome. I love
I
this.
loved it. 100% loved it.
Thought it
But
was cool.
yeah, I just wanted red.
Yeah. I liked the evil green. Oh
If
man.
that's what we're fighting over, I mean, like, Charlie, you're golden. Put her in gold.
It's true. Yeah, just go with gold and then we'll call it a day now. Uh all right. So then we had the competition rounds. These were pretty fun. So our first round was Shangela versus Daniel in a cha-cha, which we already touched a little bit on this. Shangela won, was our chosen one, which
I
was
think
deserved.
Shangela should have won. Um, it was a lot more content. I felt the
Mhm.
thing that I found very interesting is Daniel said that like Cha-Cha was his favorite, and to me it just felt very awkward. Like I felt like
Now, I wonder if they put a lot more effort into the jazz this week and knowing that it was going to be cut and there was going to be no sound, no vibration. And so I wonder if they just didn't do as much with it and kind of just said, you know what, we don't really need the extra 5 points. Let's try to put all of our effort towards the jazz.
and I get that you have to pick where you're gonna focus, especially on these type of dances and when you get so
Exactly.
many now at this point. I just I don't know, like even the lines, and I know they've had cha-cha before, so I didn't expect it to be just to me it was a lot more stiffer for
Hmm.
him. Like it just didn't seem fluent and connect as much.
Hmm.
And I don't know if the lighting, like I know has always been kind of very specific, but because the lighting I think had to stay consistent between the competition component, I don't know if that threw him off.
Right. With the live
I,
performances and
or the light, yeah, like I don't know. It just didn't flow as well as I have seen him in other numbers. So I don't
yeah, yeah,
know if something just even got in his brain a little bit beforehand.
yeah,
It was awkward to me.
maybe. Oh,
I love the line though, Shangela. I don't have any more chicken.
just so funny. Okay, so then next we had our two underdogs, Vinny and Trevor, with a samba, and Trevor took the dominance,
Yep. Um,
as I would have expected.
I actually though liked Vinny's.
I did. I thought choreography wise, Vinny's was a little bit better. Trevor's was a little stronger though, but I did think this could have gone either way.
I said Vinny's was like I actually saw like he was trying his hip movement. And I saw him leading in some parts, which I was very impressed. Um, Trevor's more technical and probably a little bit more harder in that side. But the one thing though with Trevor and Emma, I felt like sometimes Trevor was trying to catch up to Emma. So like I felt like it almost moved a little bit too quickly and he just was like trying to find it. Um, but that's being very picky, but his technical compared to Vinny, it's in a whole nother level up above. But um, I was just very impressed with Vinny in that number and I saw a lot of improvement.
So now we had Wayne.
Oh, you're going out.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, so then we had Wayne and Heidi with a samba, and Wayne took
Yep.
the trophy.
It doesn't surprise me.
No.
Um, although I have to say with Heidi, I liked this better than her other dance. Like I felt like she had more fun. And
Mm-hmm.
that connection I felt more in this
Right.
number. Um the thing though is once Wayne comes on that floor, you can't beat his confidence. He's like
Now.
once he's in performance mode, he is a performer and then he just goes there versus sometimes you don't feel that from most people. Like
Mm-hmm.
they get nervous and you see that nervousness. Him, you don't.
Yeah, he just now he's used to live entertainment. My gosh, you watched him in his package going between three different shows. Like he is just I don't know where he finds the time to sleep. He's just wild. Like I I don't know how he does it. I really don't.
Yeah.
But you can tell he loves what he does, and that's really helpful. So, and then of course our last matchup, our top, contenders here with Charlie and Gabby both gave us some salsa, and I was kind of not sure who was going to take this, but Charlie ultimately.
Can we talk about Charlie's Firebird in that number?
Oh my gosh.
If you don't know what a Firebird is, it's where you jump and your foot is out front and then your back is like back in attitude. And so it's like more than a split in the air basically and arched back. And it was just
Beautiful.
oh,
Yep.
stunning.
Yep.
And then the turns at the end, like it was great. Gabby had that beautiful lift with Vale. But I do get where Derek was like, I have to pick one, and
Right.
Charlie and Mark do have a little bit more finesse and just that
Yes.
finished quality.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally get it. But yeah, both
Yeah.
were stunning.
Yep. So that kind of gave us our little alterations to the leaderboard. And ultimately, we said goodbye to Heidi and Artem and Vinny and Coco. And now we move into the semifinals,
Woo!
then the finals, and then we're done. Another season.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see who takes the trophy
I'm excited. I'm excited.
so
Who do you
soon.
think's gonna take it, Alicia?
I really don't know. I really don't. I mean, this is like
If you had to pick,
if I had to pick who I want or who I think.
both.
I'm really hoping it's Wayne. I just feel like he has put
That's who I want to.
so much effort into this. He has grown in several styles. He has really tried so hard. So Wayne is got my heart on this.
It's
I really
100%. I have to agree. I think I want Wayne.
I know I do too. But like at the same time, like Shangela and Gleb have come such a long way, even in their partnership and just together. And they've come so far. Charlie and Mark have been fantastic right from the get-go. So, I mean, she's always been a top contender.
Sometimes people don't like it though when they have
They
so
have
much dance
experience.
experience. However, now we're on Disney Plus, so I think the audience is a little bit younger.
Definitely.
So I'll be interested to see if that kind of plays into this too. Because whoop,
Absolutely.
you're back, you okay? We're fine. But she jumped down like kind of awkwardly because she hit my computer. So I just wanted to make sure she was fine.
Yeah, make sure she's okay.
You're fine.
Real quick, before we do anything else, can we take a split second to talk about the fact that we also got to see Alfonso back in the dance
You
room,
danced. It
dancing
was so
around?
much fun. The little hip hop and then they did the little Carlton.
Stop it. It was so great.
It was fantastic.
I just love him as a host. Oh my gosh, it just warms my heart. I love it.
Yes.
So
So
anyway,
fun.
we'll see what next week brings in our semifinals. And I think that's it. Anything else?
I don't
All
think
right.
so.
Cool. Well then, we shall see. I'm sorry about all the annoying noises if you hear my dog cleaning herself.
Have you heard my dogs? Like at one point, Paso and Mr. Feeney were like fighting in the back. So, and
This one
then
is like itching her
Jitterbug
ears and
Jitterbug wants attention and hits my computer and just is like, "Mom, cuddle with me.
flies away.
Don't talk about dancing. What are you doing?"
I need snuggles, Mom. Come on. It's puppy snuggle time. So
So
funny.
I get
So
it.
great.
They're dogs
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
they just want to have fun and our attention.
Yep, that's it. That's all they do. So, all right. Well, we shall see what semifinals bring.
Whoop whoop.
All right.
See you guys next
Very
week.
good. Bye, everybody.
Bye.